Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be building a to-do application with React-Redux and React. So I'll be using Bootstrap for my UI, which is for my styling. So what are the prerequisites you need for the tutorial? You need to have a basic knowledge of React and a basic knowledge of React-Redux. So let's dive into the main business now. So the first thing we have to do is that install a new React app on your machine. So start the app. I've already started my own, and it is running perfectly on my browser. So I'll go back to my code base. The first thing we have to do is to create a folder called Redux. So I'll create a folder called Redux. So that's the folder called Redux. Inside this particular folder called Redux, we have something called store, we have reducer, and we have action. You can check my previous videos on React-Redux crack course on my YouTube channel. So the first thing we have to do here is to create a file called store config.txt. So the next thing is to do what? To create our to-do reducers.txt. So the next one is to create our action. So we have to create our actions.txt. So what we have to do is to go to our store config to create our store for React Redux. So the first thing we have to do here is to create our initial state. So our initial state will be to do. So let's do it like this. That's our initial state. So it will be array and of all objects. So const to do reducers is equal to like this. So we have to export. We are sorry for this. So this particular code have to be inside our reducer, not inside our store config. So I will copy it and paste it inside our to do reducer. So I will export default my reducer here, which is to do reducer here. So here we have to pass our state here. So our state will be is equal to our initial state. So we have our action here. Our action should be .any. You don't have to put any there. If you are using JavaScript, it's because I'm using TypeScript. That's why I put any here. So let's just firstly return our state here, our default state. So I'll come to my store config now. So we have to create our store config here. So I'll firstly say reducers. So our reducer will be inside our combine reducer. Sorry, this have to be from Redux, not Redux toolkit. So we have to import create store as well. So create store. So let's now create our store now. So create store. So we are going to bind our create store with our reducers. So that's that. So here now we have to export default our store out. Export default our store. So we have export default our store. So here we have to import our to do reducer here. I think I have to import it first. To do reducer. So our to do reducer will be here. So that's that about that. So the next thing is to go and bound our app component inside our index.txt with our store. So and we have a component from React-Redux called provider. So provider. So our app will be inside the provider. So we're going to bind our store here. Store is equal to our store that we exported out. So the store I've imported here. So the next thing is to go to our actions now. So firstly, what we want to be doing first is we're able to perform some crude operation on this particular to-do app: delete, read, edit, and hide. So I'll firstly create for read const get underscore to-dos. So let me export it out like that. Export const to do. So it has to be like this. Return. So our type here will be get to-dos. So that's our type here. That's for getting all the to-dos. So the next thing we have to do is export, have another action again. So this one is for add to-dos. So this for add to-dos. So I will say return. What are we going to return here? So that will be our type. So that will be add to do. So this one will be a parameterized function because we are going to dispatch from our to do component. So let's just call this one to do. So I will come here and say our payload is to do. So this one is throwing error because it's a TypeScript. So the error is not there again. So this for the how to do's and these to do's now. So let's now go to our reducers now. So inside our reducers now, we are going to render our state. We are going to return our state based on the actions, based on the condition inside our actions here. So I will firstly, we are going to be using if statements. So I'll say action dot type is equal to, when it is equal to get to do's. What are we going to return here? Return. So firstly spread the to-do that is there and return our to-do. Sorry, let me say to-dos. So our to-dos here will now be state dot to-dos. So that's returning, like we are, what we are doing here is that we are reading the to-dos. We are getting all the to-dos in our store. So the next thing is to hatch a to-do now. So I will say action, when the action dot type is equal to add to do. So I will copy this and paste it here. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to create a variable. So I will call it new to do. So this is the variable. So it should be an object. We need to have an ID. So I'll call our ID to be math.random. So what else again? Our to do now. Our to do. So our to do will be action dot our payload that is coming. So that will be action dot payload. So what we are going to do here is that we are going to use spread operator here. So we are going to say dot state, the previous state that is there, and spread our new to do inside of it. Okay, what is the issue here? Okay, I think this one has to be dot to do's. Sorry, it has to be dot to do. So we now say X. If the condition doesn't match any of these, it should return our default state. So this, now let's now go to our UI now. So I'll go to my app.js to create our to do now. I'll trash this. So we are going to be using Bootstrap here, div, our div. So here I'll say container. I will say nt5 row, yes, and down one here. Our class will be co5 ms auto. So ms auto, let's give it to be a shadow. Let's give it a shadow and give it rounded 3. Okay, yes. So for our to do now, so let's give one to have a padding here. Let's say padding 3. So and inside here we can say firstly get our input text area, So I say placeholder, type your to-dos here. So type your to-dos here. So I'm going to remove something here, size none. So I'm going to remove that. So I'm going to give this one a class here and say my of 2. So we need a button, so I'll say class my of 2 as well. So our button now, so our button will be add to do. So I'll give it a class btn info 12 rounded 3. So what next? We have to have a table to display our to do. So I will have table. Our table will be here. So we have t head, which is our head. So and I have tr. So our tr will be for th. We have serial number for our to do. We have the th again for body. So and we have the one for our actions. So that's for our actions. So I'll come here to have our t body. So we're going to create an array here with map. So I will say, so let me firstly duplicate an array for our design first. So I will say to do comma high, which is our index. So return. So what are we going to have here? We're going to have a div. Oh, sorry, we are going to have a tr. So we are going to have our td. So our td will be high 1 plus high. So, and we are going to have our td here also, which is for our body. Hey, to do. So here we are going to have another td. Sorry, I'm going to have another td here. So this will be button. So like 3 or 2 buttons. We are going to have the first button will be delete. So I'm going to say class name btn small btn danger. So that's for the delete. So I will have for edit as well too. Edit. So this one, let me say secondary. So I'm going to display it to be flex class deflex. So that will be justify content between. Okay, that's that. So let me go and wrap it with Bootstrap inside my table tag class table striped sorry, table over. Okay, let's go and check our UI. Let's go and see what we have. Wow, nice. So we just have to work on our input and our button here. So let's check the button. Oh, sorry, info. So let's go to the input here. So we have to add Bootstrap class here. So that will be tech, that will be form control here. So that's good. We are good to go. So we have our everything is perfect now. Just for us to be adding and deleting now. So I'll come here and create our use state. Our use state will be to do command set to do use state. So we have our to do here, and we have our button for add btn for adding a new to do. So and we also have our another folder for delete and edit. So that will be this. edit. So I will go to the three buttons to add the on-click function. So this one will be add btn. So for the delete now, that will be on click, that will be delete btn. So for the edit as well too, so that will be edit btn. So that should be like this. So to our text area here, we have to bind it with use state value, that will be to do. Sorry. Oh, okay, to do. Sorry, what happened to me? To do, that will be on change. On change. So that should be like this. The target set to do, so that will be it does target does value. So that's that. So it does target does value. So we have that. Let's try to console our to do, console.log to do. So let's see what is inside our to do now. Let me go to the console. Let me refresh. Okay, our props, we have not added our props. So our to do is consoling now. The first thing we have to do is to read our to do now. So let's firstly read our to do. We are going to say, let's firstly create a variable for our dispatch. Const dispatch is equal to use dispatch from Redux. So we're now going to dispatch. We're going to dispatch. So inside our action, we have an action for add to do's. We are going to dispatch to do here. So I'll go back and dispatch add to do's. So what are we going to send here? We are sending to do to it. So once we had that, we are going to update our get to do's as well too on this button to update it for us. So that will be get to do's. So here we don't have to pass any payload here. So what we need again is to get what is inside our store. So let me call it get store. Look at this one, get store, and say use selector state dot to do reducers does to do's. So that's how we should get our store here. So I will change this one to like this. So let me try to console our get store here. Once we add a new to do, so I will refresh. So let me try to pass a to do here. Console is not a function at okay. What is the issue here? Console is not a function. Let me try to refresh again and see. So console is not a function at btn. Okay, let's try to see the reason why we are getting this. So let me do this. Okay. Coming. Let me do this like this and change our console here and say so like this. Let's do it like that. So I'll try to type something here and add again. Okay, console is not a function, but we are not accessing it as if, oh sorry, it has to be console.log. sorry. Oh, we are doing fine. So sorry. So we have to call this one to do. Let me just Ctrl Z everything back. So I will change this one to. So let me just remove it since we are getting our details perfectly now. So we might not need to add it here again. So you just have to map our to do here. So let me call our get store to be here. So our get store is here, so let's do it like this. So, and here we are going to get our body here, to do dot body. So I think, yeah, we have the correct details now. So let me try to add something. Okay, we are not getting the value on our UI, so let's go and check our store. We use to do does to do. So let me just change it to body. Let's change it to body and come here again and say hey. So everything is perfect now. So what is the next thing now is to work on our delete and edit. Okay, I will go to my action to go and create action for delete and edit. So I'll firstly do the one for the delete cons. Let me just do it like this. Let me just copy this and edit. So delete to do delete. So to do our payload will be an ID. So it will be an ID. So let's go to our to do reducer to have a condition that will handle that for us as well. So I'll say X here again. So here we have to, let me just copy one of these. So which is equal to our action delete to do. So it has to return something. So we are going to say to do. So we don't need to be here. We are going to say we are going to filter our to do. Let's just firstly do something here. Cons to do ID is equal to action dot payload, our payload. So action dot payload. Here we are now going to have state dot to do's. So our state dot to do will be dot filter. So we are going to have something like this. Let's just call this one var, or let's call it to do, comma high is equal to, it should return anywhere we have to do dot id not equal to do id. So I will get an error. ID does not exist on type. Okay. We have an ID here. Property ID does not exist on type. Okay, what is the issue? Are we going to pass any here? Okay, it's because it's a TypeScript. So let's quickly work on let's check the delete function before we work on the edit function. So I'll go to my app.js. So on the delete here, so I'm going to pass the ID, which is to do dot ID. So as a parameterized function for the delete here, I'm going to get this as a parameterized function. So you don't have to put all this there because I'm using TypeScript. That's why I'm putting any there. So I'm going to dispatch it. So we are dispatching to delete to do and sending our payload there to add just our ID. So we are getting this again. Oh, sorry, I've changed this one. So I'm going to fetch our to do's again. I'm going to fetch our to do's again. So let's see what will happen. Okay. So what are we getting now? Okay, let's go and check our code. Let me firstly go to our action. We have our ID here. Let's go to our reducer. Okay, coming. So if this is our payload, which is our ID, if say.to-do.figure to do any, if this one dot our ID that is here is not equal to do, everything should be working fine. Okay, let me post here there. So I think delete is still adding one to it. Let's go to our app.js. What is the issue? Get to do's, delete to do's. I think the function delete is still adding a new to do's for us. Okay, get to do's. Let's go and check our code action. So I think we have the same payload. That might be the reason. Delete to do, get to do's, and add to do's is here. So everything is perfect here. Oh, God of Nazareth, it has to be like this. Sorry. Okay, everything should be perfect now. Everything is perfect now. The delete is working, so I can delete this. Let's go and work on the edit as well. So I'll copy this and duplicate this and change this one to be edit. So this one, it has to be like edit. This one to be our to do. All of this inside the to do, so we are sending it as a parameterized function, not the ID alone. So I'll go to my app.txt to dispatch that. So I'll firstly copy to get the latest to do after editing. So I'm going to dispatch, edit to do, and I'm dispatching to do here. So to do will also be here. So I'll go to my edit button and pass to do as a parameterized function here. So the next thing is to have update button and add button. So what I'm going to do in this scenario is to create a use state for true and false for the conditional rendering of the button. So I'll call this one is to be update to do. So I'm going to call it to be update btn. So I'll go up and create a use state. So what I'm going to call this one, show add btn, set show add btn is equal to use state. So I'm going to have true by default. So I'm going to go here and render the button with condition now. So I'll firstly cut it, say show, if show is true, so do this for us, and x. So that's that about this for the button here. So once the user click on edit button, once you click on the edit button, we are going to set our show to be false. Okay. We're going to set our show to be false, and let me copy this to have the update button, update btn. Okay, I think update is capital U, update btn. So yes, set, we are going to set our to do to the value inside to do dot to do. So we're going to it has to be to do dot body. We're going to set the value there. Okay, this one should not be here. Okay. So this one should be, let's put it to be down and set it again to be true to show the button for adding again. So it's setting this. So let's see what we are doing. It's setting this, so everything should be all right. So let's go here now to write the function s. So I'll copy this and paste it here. So I change this one to edit to do. So this one, let's just be calm here. So we have to write some logic here. So let me just cut this one in front of to do's. So let's firstly say const edit details is equal to our body, that will be action dot payload. So that's that. So we also need our ID as well, that will be action dot payload. Okay, action dot payload. Yes. So we are going to find the index, get index of what we want to edit. So we'll call it state dot do's dot find index of our to do, comma high. So you should find the index of to do dot id equal to edit details dot id. So and once is able to find it, okay, and once it's able to find it, it should set dot to do's. The index will be here, get index, and set it again to be edit details. So we are going to return our updated state here, state dot to do's will now be here. So everything should be working perfectly now. So let's go and check our, so we send, what do we send here? So we send this here, we send this here, so we send it to edit. So let me go and check our action. So our action here should be edit. So edit here, so edit is here. So let me go and check our, this one, it should be coming in form of an object. So this one should be dot body, and this one should be dot id. So let's see what we have now. Let me refresh. So let's say a, so I have added this. So let me add again, let me edit this and say hey, nothing is updating that. So the first thing I will do here is come and console dot log what is inside this, my action dot payload. I see. So let me quickly refresh and say add. So edit. First let's say something like this, share. Okay, share is here. Let me firstly see. This one is returning perfectly, so share is here. So what is still showing? I think we are not getting what we need. Okay, action dot payload dot body. Let me say dot body. So let's see what is happening. Okay, undefined. Why are we getting we are having a first index of 0? So it's because of this empty object here. So we are not having that again. Okay, let me come here. What is the issue? So body any is not assigned to any type. Okay. State type body any is not assignable to type never. Okay, what is the issue? Okay, let's firstly return this object for us. So we are going to solve that as well. So I'll go back to my action. My action is everything about my action is perfect. I'll go to my app.js. So let me see what we are doing here. Oh, we are not doing the right thing here. We are not doing the right thing. We are not doing the right thing. So here we have to pass. Let's create another variable here. Cons to do id comma set to do id is equal to an empty here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove this and say what I'm going to do here and say and do it like this, an object. So we are going to have to do comma the edit edit. Okay, let me go and check it. To do id, to do id. So this is what I'm having here. I'll go back again to my reducer here. So let me go and check if the console is still there. So console is still there. So let me refresh. So everything should work perfectly now. So I'm going to remove this body and firstly check what is inside our payload. So here, so edit, update. So we are going to get access to it as to do and to do id. To do id. So here. So I'll have this edit and say here update. The update is not working. So let's go and check the reason why. So let's firstly consult the index of what is getting for us. Let's get the index. So I'll refresh. Come on, sir. Add a new to do here. So after adding a new to do here, I will edit here, update. So it's not getting the index for us. So what are we doing? So state does to do. Okay. This is not saying the to do id. Okay, it's not saying the to do id. Okay. That means that we have to set to do id here to be to do dot id. I think let's go to our reducer again. Go to our reducer. So I will do like this. Add this, edit this, and update. Everything is working perfectly now. So let me add a new to do. Add it to do. See. So let me try to edit this and change it to John Doe. So update. So everything is working perfectly for the delete and edit. So let's firstly grab the issue we're having with this object. So how we get this here, but the any hide the any is not as able to. Okay, I think we have to come here and say any. Okay, that's not stuff. So any. So we should not have the issue again. Okay, again. So we have solved that. We should not be having empty. Okay, add. So let's go and solve the issue of these props in our app.js. So inside our TR here, I'll say key is equal to our index. So refresh and close our tab here. A, so let me say John, let me say Victor. So let me edit this. Mark, update. So let me update this too. Let me say John Doe, update. Everything is working perfectly. Thank you very much for your time and for subscribing to this channel. So the next video we'll be expecting on this channel is how to work with Redux Saga and Redux Tongue. Thank you and God bless you.